Lucifer. If you're Lucifer, second only to God, you're supposed to be happy with your place among the angels. After all, you're supposed to be the wisest and most beautiful angel. The name Lucifer means morning star or light bringer, making it clear that you're special among the celestial beings because you are said to illuminate God's glory. But Lucifer had to be a bit too greedy and overconfident. He rebelled against God, trying to topple him from his place on top of the podium. God and his angels defeated Lucifer, putting him in his place and kicking him out of heaven. After getting booted out of his position in the cosmos, Lucifer became the symbol of pride, evil, and temptation. He is often depicted as synonymous with Satan, the devil himself. But in popular culture and literature, he can sometimes be a tragic figure who defied an oppressive leader, believing he had free will and was just trying to break the shackles that bound him to God. Gabriel. God couldn't use phones to tell his chosen people, "Hey, I have something important to tell you." That's where Gabriel came in as a messenger with wings. He was God's herald, like a spokesperson who spoke to important people on his behalf, especially if God had an announcement to make. Gabriel is famously depicted as the angel who announced the birth of Jesus to Mary, making him an essential figure in Jesus' life story. In Judaism, he helps Daniel understand his visions. In Islam, he is called Jibril, and he played a similar role when he revealed the words of God to the prophet Muhammad. He's essentially the communication bridge between God and some of the more important mortals, ensuring nothing gets lost in divine translation. Abaddon. Angels aren't always the goody two-shoes servants of God depicted in religious texts. After all, there's an angel assigned to embody God's wrath. Abaddon is like God's cosmic enforcer. He is the angel of destruction, embodying chaos, annihilation, and everything in between. But he's not only there to destroy, because keeping the cosmos in check is also part of his job description. It is said that Abaddon can tell whether or not there are forces that can threaten the universe's balance. That's when he destroys stuff according to God's will, making him the ultimate cleanup crew. But while his job is to destroy, Abaddon represents a necessary part of the universe because destroying stuff is just as important as creating them. As the saying goes, out with the old and in with the new. Sometimes you must let Abaddon break the universe so God can make one better. Michael. Even if you were the omnipotent god of the multiverse, you'd still need an assistant to handle more trivial matters. Stuff like leading the angelic army, battling Satan mano a mano, and guarding heaven's peace. Michael fulfills those roles for God. Michael is known as the Superman among archangels for his strength and great resume. After all, he is the greatest warrior among angels, leading God's army against evil forces. He's so powerful that God doesn't need to enter the ring to throw punches with the devil, opting to send Michael in his place. But he's not just about being a brawny angel. Michael is also known as the guardian angel, watching over people and guiding them toward the path of righteousness. So when he's not duking it out with demons, he's serving as the cosmic bodyguard for everyone around the universe. Uriel. Serving as heaven's Google, Uriel is the know-it-all angel you can go to if you need heavenly counsel and guidance. He is associated with wisdom, enlightenment, and illumination, making him the patron angel for those who want to make the best decisions in life. So if you're in a cosmic game of who wants to be a millionaire, Uriel is your call-a-friend lifeline. Of course, he's not going to tell you everything, but he represents wisdom, allowing you to make the best possible decision in knowledge-related things. While most science guys don't believe in God or angels, Uriel is essentially associated with their aha or eureka moments whenever they have a scientific breakthrough. He's a heavenly nerd, spending most of his time in the cosmic library to ensure he's got your back when you're in the middle of a tough knowledge pickle or if you just need a spark of inspiration. Azrael. You may think heaven is all about rainbows and butterflies, but it can get pretty dark, especially when there's an actual Grim Reaper angel. Known as the Angel of Death, Azrael holds a significant place among the angels because of his role in the life and death stories of every living being. In Islam, he is known as the angel responsible for taking the souls of the dead to the afterlife. Meanwhile, in Christian and Jewish texts, there is no specific mention of his name, although there are figures that represent the transition from life to death. He may be the Grim Reaper of angels, but Azrael is not as dark as you think he may be. He's like a wise angel tasked by God to guide you from life to death, so you'll understand the next journey. He represents the belief that death is not the end, but only another chapter. He's the chatty cab driver who loves talking about life and death. The difference is that he's taking you on your last ride. Metatron. You'd think that archangels like Michael are at the top of the heavenly food chain, but angels need to climb another ladder to get to the top, and it goes through the seraphim named Metatron. Metatron translates to the one who is next to God, making it clear that he's one of the bigwigs of the celestial world. He's not just an angel close to God, but he's actually something closer to being the vice president of the cosmic corporation we call heaven. In other words, he's the cream of the crop of the angels. However, there are depictions of Metatron that say that he used to be a human prophet before getting promoted to heaven. Whatever the case, he oversees the energy flow between heaven and earth, mediating between the two realms. He also records every little thing in the universe, from the death of a tiny ant to the destruction of an entire planet trillions of light years away from our galaxy, making him one of the highest-ranking angels. But Metatron is more of a behind-the-scenes guy who doesn't crave the same spotlight that other angels like Michael tend to get. He's more like a silent operator, doing all the paperwork in his office up in heaven, instead of stabbing demons on the battlefield. Sandalphon. Sandalphon is Metatron's twin brother, making him one of the highest-ranking seraphs in heaven. In Jewish writings, they stand at the right and left sides of God. Sandalphon's name means co-brother, which perfectly matches his status as Metatron's equal. But while his brother is more introverted, Sandalphon is a bit more outgoing, often associated with music. That angelic hymn you hear when you're at church is said to be influenced by this seraph. He's also said to be the bridge between humanity and the divine, often acting as a messenger who hears our prayers and brings them to God. So if Metatron is the vice president for internal affairs, then Sandalphon serves as the VP for external affairs. However, like his brother, his role in Christian stories isn't as big as Michael's or Gabriel's, but he's still revered as one of the most powerful angels, tied with Metatron as close to God's power and influence. Jophiel. If you're ever looking for a heavenly interior decorator, Jophiel is the right angel for the job. He's like the celebrity host of a home makeover show, because style is his middle name. Jophiel is essentially all about aesthetics, making him the perfect angel for your journey as an Instagram influencer. Jophiel is often depicted serenely because he's usually holding flowers. With a name that literally means beauty of God, this angel tries to find beauty in everything, making the world a brighter place to live in. Like all angels, Jophiel is also there if you need guidance. He specializes in helping you find the simple and small beauties in life, whether it's a field of flowers, a nice sunset, or a relaxing walk on the beach. He's the spiritual motivator for those knee-deep in negativity, because he gives you a fresh outlook on life. Raguel. As a cosmic judge and a heavenly referee, Raguel is called the Angel of Justice and oversees peace among angels. So when you see a winged man in a striped shirt mediating a boxing match between two angels, that would be Raguel. After all, his name means God's advocate, making him the perfect candidate for ensuring angels don't rip each other's wings out. But Raguel isn't only about ensuring that angels get along in heaven, he's also associated with earthly justice. He embodies justice on earth, ensuring humans get what they deserve according to God's law. As important as he is in keeping the peace in heaven and on earth, Raguel doesn't get much credit in most religious texts. He is mainly mentioned in Judaic traditions as the guardian of fairness and balance. Raziel. Even the cosmic world has its library of knowledge and divine secrets. The one overseeing that part of heaven is Raziel, who is mainly associated with wisdom, making him the wise sage of the angels. Raziel is often depicted as knowing everything in the universe, because he keeps all information in a large heavenly library. So if you're looking for the secrets of the universe, the blueprints of creation, or the coordinates to Epstein's Island, Raziel has you covered. According to writings, Raziel is supposed to be quite generous with his wisdom, so you can ask him for everything there is to know about the universe. But the catch is that you have to be wise and respectful with your approach, because he doesn't like it when you're rude. Like any librarian, he appreciates the magic words please and thank you. Let us set a good example for you by telling you thank you for joining our Discord. Sachiel. Sachiel doesn't get much credit, but he is one of the 7 archangels, making him equal to Michael, Gabriel, and all the other big names in the cosmic world of angels. He is also known as the Angel of the Sky, which can be redundant because you would think that all the angels are up in the sky. Whatever the case, Sachiel is often depicted as having wings that shine divine light because he's associated with courage, strength, and protection. He is also said to oversee the water element and can influence decisions based on emotions. Sachiel also rules an exclusive heavenly club called the Order of Cherubim, a group of angels known for their wisdom. So he's a bit of everything because he's strong, wise, and courageous. Essentially, heaven's Swiss Army knife. Zadkiel. They say that nice guys finish last, but that isn't true for Zadkiel, the nice guy of heaven, because he's one of the most important figures in the ranks of archangels. Jewish, Christian, and Islam writings all depict Zadkiel as one of the archangels, clearly establishing him as a high-ranking celestial being. The reason why he's the nice guy among angels is because he is associated with forgiveness, compassion, and mercy. He's a benevolent angel who symbolizes God's divine grace, often helping and comforting those needing guidance. He represents forgiveness, mercy, and comfort, which makes him an important figure in the Islamic Day of Judgment. He is said to be the angel who will show compassion to those who deserve it. Chamuel. If you're a contestant in The Bachelor, then your faithful guardian angel should be Chamuel, because he's the angel that represents love, compassion, and relationships. He's essentially the big boss of the Cupids, firing love arrows at everyone to give them the love bug. As the ultimate matchmaker in heaven, Chamuel oversees affairs related to finding love in all forms. He's probably the app developer of a cosmic version of Tinder, ensuring you find the perfect match without swiping left or right. But he also goes beyond finding your perfect match because he also heals relationships with your partner, friends, and family. Chamuel is there to help you find self-love and acceptance if you're also unsure of yourself. So if you're spiritually and romantically broken, Chamuel is there to help you mend your broken heart, allowing you a more peaceful life. Barakiel. Barakiel is the chief of an entire division in heaven, making him one of the most important angels. He's the leader of the guardian angels, and it is said that he has hundreds of thousands of angels working under him. So when you're praying for good grades in school or a promotion at work, you're essentially sending letters to Barakiel's department, where one of the 496,000 angels is at work. He is often depicted carrying roses, making him a symbol of love and beauty among the angels. With a name that means blessings of God, Barakiel is surely a gentle and nurturing angel, especially when you know that he's one of the angels handling blessings and fortune, like a heavenly wheel of fortune working hard for your jackpots in life. If you were born on a Saturday, you're in luck because Barakiel is the special guardian angel of those born on that day. Salafiel. Salafiel is like the voice inside your head that tells you, you can do it, bro. He's the angel that God sends to people who are on spiritual journeys, helping them deepen their connection with the divine. In most cases, he's also the angel who guides people in prayers and deep episodes of inward thinking. His name literally means prayer of God, making him one of the most important angels when it comes to prayers because he's responsible for facilitating communication between humans and heaven. So when you want to talk to God or anyone else who's already gone through the pearly gates, your prayer goes through Salafiel. He's also depicted with hands clasped in prayer, symbolizing his importance and association with spirituality. So while he may not be at the same level as big shot angels like Michael or Gabriel, he still plays a significant role in offering guidance and support to those seeking to strengthen their faith. Haniel. Haniel is essentially the patron saint of people who rely on intuition, making her vital to ladies who love using their woman's intuition when they want to catch their men doing something suspicious. She's often portrayed in Jewish texts as an angel people pray to for guidance, spirituality, growth, relationships, and creativity because of her association with intuition and joy. In most cases, she's also depicted holding the moon, symbolizing her connection with lunar energy. If you're one of those people who believe in lunar rituals or rely on the moon for your mood swings, then Haniel might be your guardian angel. Even though you're not into lunar superstition, Haniel is still an important angel, often included as one of the 7 archangels. She's also associated with love, relationships, and healing, making her an all-around celestial spirit.